Let us see, I've got the Pirate Party, the Spirit, the Steven. New Nederland. Okay, so politically we are correct.
I think it's about cooperation, to work together and to get the best out of both worlds. And I also think we live in a different society, more close to nature, and that we won't get sick so much.
Sometimes I want more food than I really need.
It seems to me that the form, working with the form, is a very masculine form, in which women don't really, usually I talk a lot and I have a lot of ideas and I have inspiration.
To keep the power in the center, who of the women in the audience will say something? I desperately need some opinions of the ladies. Do we just want to keep our voice down, be silent? Do we want to be silent?
But looking at a male forum, I think, why should I say anything?
Who's hosting the forum?
Desiree, I was asked to go in the forum and I didn't like it.
No.
So that's why? Yeah, I didn't know. It was my feeling.
Can I comment on that?
I'd like to take the role of an advocate for female values. One of my friends, she is the founder of the research in modern matriarchy, Heidi Göttner-Abendroth, maybe she is known in the Netherlands as well. She did some really groundbreaking work, and there were 3 international congresses meanwhile about matriarchal research.
Een andere discussie nu. Ik wil weer terug naar wat wij doen met Moeder Aarde. Dat vind ik wel.
Maar wat is Moeder Aarde voor jou? Wat betekent dat voor jou? Kom eens even hier. Meer vrouwen. Kom op.
Nou ja, ik wil gewoon dat we lekker bezig zijn op deze aarde. Op een goede manier, in harmonie en in balans. Gezonde voeding, niet veel.
Daar hadden we het over. Ja, terug. Ja, van de vrouwendiscussie.
Ja. Maar heb je nog een vraag voor het panel?
It's not installing an archy in the meaning of arcane ruling, but arche, matriarchy, means in the beginning the mothers, which means the role of the mother is deeply rooted in these ethnic groups and not only bound on the sex of the females. So even the men follow the principle of motherhood. So Genevieve Vaughn said this in a wonderful expression: humans are a mothering species. So by remembering this and evoking a motherly attitude, we come probably away from a culture of power into a culture of caring.
A new environment and new beliefs and new visions and new cities and we have to make it so beautiful that everybody else from from all the world, from all the other societies, wants to come and join in.
There is an old slogan, turn in, tune in, drop out. En dat is nog steeds geldig. En met drop-out bedoel je dan niet zozeer hang jezelf op. Nee, drop out of the system en begin je eigen ding. Zoals we hier in Ruigoord uiteindelijk in deze gedaan hebben.
Het is een herverdeling. Vergeet het niet. Het is een herverdeling waar we in de maatschappij mee bezig zijn. En als je bereid bent om te herverdelen, daar is nou voor onze maatschappij op gebouwd, om te verdelen. Als je bereid bent om te herverdelen.
So, on the afternoon, I'm General Secretary of the Club of Budapest. A little bit louder? Okay. And I'm coming from Germany, and in Germany we have a very, very broad discussion about basic income. And many people are very, very enthusiastic about that idea. And by thinking it a little bit further, we always have to ask, where does the money come from?
If you look around, you see our honor to the goddess, which is, I suppose, not only the mother, but also the lover, also the Virgin, the Trinity, female Trinity, which has to be restored. And I can only say, matriarchy. I think what we, the next step in evolution is more like androgyny. I think we will develop the woman and the man, if you can call it that, the left and the right half of the brain, or feeling and thinking. Everybody will develop it, so everybody will be a mother and a father. In other words, this is what angels are like.
That, well, as society, humanity is becoming more and more efficient, eventually in not so far future, we will end up having a society where a large part of society simply can't work because there is no work. I think that only at that point in time, which is certainly not now, basic income will become feasible and lucrative for society.
The idea of collaborating with the governments. Sometimes I start my lectures with the question of the audience, who of you is ready to topple your government? Because that is clear, the structures we have today cannot survive as long as we want to survive. So, on the other hand, we have these structures and we have to deal with them in a way that really reflects our new way of thinking. So being just against something is old thinking.
Yeah.
And rejecting something, rejecting people who invest all their life energy to do something which they find correct and good and for prosperity of society is just old thinking. So we have to acknowledge and we have to honor what they do.
Thank you very much. I would like to say something about the term post-collapse society, because Ruigoord literally is a post-collapse society.
On the one side, and on the other side we have to topple them. So it's kind of a double strategy we have to invent in a way.
This village exists because the old structures were destroyed, and we are living in the ruins of a once beautiful agricultural village. Around us we have all the symbols of the dying consumerism, I guess. We are not even completely green, we are not completely vegetarian, we are not completely skeptical, not completely religious. Because of this openness, this post-collapse society, it's the chaos that is created, in which we find a way to bring out something in all the people here. They come from such different positions, and yet we find ways here to bring us all together.
I would like to hear opinions about the role of free places. I think we already have had some influence, but maybe more in general, free places. how can we maybe activate them?
That people who want power will take power, whether it's a capitalist, a communist, a religious, whether it's a society like this, people, you know, they take power. And this is very difficult because people who take power are not listening anymore to what other people want, but they are trying to make people do what they want. And this is a very deep thing that goes on. I mean, the fact that we are sitting here with only men.
But looking at a male forum, I think, why should I say anything?
I've been hearing about free communities like these, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think it's really good. But I'm very skeptical, and I think we could achieve a lot of things with free communities and get rid of a lot of problems. But what about things like hospitals? How would we deal with that in a free community?
To make smaller centers of care instead of these humongous, insane bio-industrial care factories. I don't have anything against modern technology, against science. I'm in favor of it. We can learn a lot from it, and it's very beneficial.
Use their own environment, and these things need quite a bit of space. I mean, you can say this is not something that my general position that my village would accomplish. They need equipment. Like the average amount of blood that you lose in an operation nowadays is about 1 teaspoon. That's because they have no equipment to actually reduce the amount of bleeding people do. That costs money. Not so much because
I heard about the gift economy, and what I discovered in critics about capitalism and about the patriarchal agenda was that the gift economy was two things. It was not able to compete with capitalism, and it was not visible. So I think there is a need for a formalized gift system, and it was not quantified. So if you have no quantification of another system, then it's also not quite possible to compete, I think.
Thank you. I hope that next year we can have another Novaglobe or World Shift or whatever symposium, and I think the intention is to do it, have it even a more global and international thing. Hans? So thank you, and the words to Geert.
Yeah.